This podcast is rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Some material may not be suitable for children.
Mission to City.
Come on, guys. Do it with me.
What are we doing?
We're singing Hello Dolly and Wally's verse.
Is it Hello Dolly?
You know?
I don't actually.
You don't?
I'm not gonna
That's
do
what he
it.
hums.
It's
That's what
not
Wally
clicking.
hums.
It's not
I
clicking.
didn't know it was.
I'm tone deaf. I'm a drummer. You gotta give me a little break.
I thought it was just whatever weird movie, which I don't know what it was, that was playing. He was just humming that. Was he humming actually Hello Dolly?
That was the movie he was watching. Was Hello
Oh, that
Dolly.
was. I have no idea.
Yeah.
See, so
Is that what
That's
that
right.
sounded like? I don't remember that.
I'm going to auto-tune myself to make people think that you're wrong and I'm right.
Ah, there you go.
Totally
course.
fine.
That's fine.
You can't stop me.
You deserve it, Danny.
I do. I'll give it to myself and I deserve it.
There you go.
But this week, we watched the best movies of all time. I got TC and John sitting here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, TC is yawning already. This is a good sign.
Yeah,
I'm beat.
it's all
Yeah,
right.
I'm
All right,
annoyed
long
and
night.
beat. So this should be fun.
So this is number 61 on the list. It is the 2008 movie WALL-E, directed by Andrew Stanton. The synopsis is, in the distant future, a small waste-collecting robot inadvertently embarks on a space journey that will ultimately decide the fate of mankind. That's right.
Dun, dun, dun.
And this got Ben Burtt in it, John. I think it's your turn to go first. What do you say?
It's good.
TC, what do you
Cool.
think?
Yeah, it was nice.
That's good. Top 250, guys?
Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's close. I mean, yeah. It might be my favorite
That was
Pixar
easy.
film.
All right, so
All right,
next week we're
boys.
watching Studio
Wrap it
Ghibli,
up.
Grave of Fireflies, directed
All right.
in 19, when was this? 80-something or other. All right,
that's
good talking to you guys.
Well, that was a good talk.
Yeah, it's
it was
always
easy.
good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm tired, man. I'm wiped out. That was a long one.
Doesn't matter. Episode's over, John. You gotta go to bed
right.
now.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was
Denny's got
losing steam
somewhere to
there
go
towards
anyway.
the end. I hope I didn't seem too grouchy because I was really kind of losing it towards the end.
I gotta edit it down, dude. I mean, you said some things that you shouldn't have said.
man. Yeah.
You sure this isn't a two-parter? Jeez, I don't know. We really got a lot of stuff.
Maybe they drag that one out.
I can't believe John read 4 books for this one. It's impressive.
And he still had something to say.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, it's a good one.
that was good.
Yeah, right.
so,
I
John,
mean,
expand on it. Now I gotta poke you and have you expand on it.
Okay, you can expand. I think so.
If you want some topics to discuss, you just completely blank.
I got to
you
shut up.
You got it?
No, I got it.
He's got a handle on it. All right.
I think this might be my favorite Pixar film in terms of the one that stood up with rewatching, where I enjoy watching it once I sit down. I think that the characters in this are so adorable. The robots, the way they're done, especially Mo is my favorite. Mo's the little cleaning razor guy. And to find out that Ben Burtt was behind a lot of this in terms of the sounds and the sound design, this stuff makes a whole lot of sense because he's a treasure.
He did like 80% of all the sounds.
Really? Yeah. And if you don't know, he's the guy that is responsible for a lot of the sounds in Star Wars. So we in our Star Wars episodes, we learned an awful lot about him and what a brilliant guy he was. Is still alive.
For sure.
And so anyway, I mean, I love seeing the robots, and I love the way the robots are characterized, and I love how the personalities are given with a minimum amount of speech. And that's kind of the challenge of the film, which I think they sort of like directly, like, that's what we want to do. We want to like make these robots have personalities, and we don't want them to really talk. And I think that is pretty cool how they pulled it off. So that's my favorite parts to see about it. I think there's a lot of space, not actual space in space, but a lot of like long shots and things happening in the film. You know, there's a lot of like, just, I don't know, what's a different word besides space? Because since the movie occurs in space.
Distance?
There's a lot of, what?
Distance?
No, not distance. It's just normally, like in a normal drama movie, you might say there's a lot of space, meaning there's kind of a lot of slow stuff where not a lot's happening.
Where it like holds a beat.
Yeah. So that's what you might say. There's a lot of space there.
Ooh,
But not
space.
outer space. Talking about
There was
space.
outer space too.
I'm
So it
so
could get
lost. There's
confusing.
3 different kinds of
You're
space.
so
lost.
We got outer
Right.
space,
There's like-
we got empty space on Earth, and we got slow movie space.
I'm talking slow movie space. I'm saying there's a lot of slow movie space. In the,
Really?
like, there's shots of him just kind of walking, crawling, going places. And I like it, though. I think it works really well. For
At the
first,
beginning,
like,
you mean? There's a lot of
for
that,
the first like half of the film before he shoots off into space, there's a lot of space.
I'm going to edit all this out. This doesn't make any sense.
Well, there you go. I mean, that just
Come
sums
on.
it right up, doesn't
It's
it?
not my fault you can't get it. TC understands me. You
I
get me, don't
understood
you,
it.
TC?
I got it.
See,
Well, it
TC knows
landed.
what I'm talking about.
It landed.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I do too. I'm just being an asshole. And
Oh, yeah,
but I
yeah,
do
of
disagree
course.
with what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'd
Either
say
that or
there's no space. It's subtle. It's not like It's-
I think that's fine. I'm happy with it. Whatever it is, call it what you want.
Yeah.
Call it subtle.
it's definitely an S word of some
Call
kind.
it
though.
normal. Just call it good.
Call it not like, it's not like action packed for sure, and I like that. I actually like it. It just is sort of atmospheric, and you just kind of hanging out with the robot while he's doing stuff, and I like that. I think it's a lot of fun. I think that it's sort of a weird thing that they use the real live actor, and maybe in the trivia or something, there's some reasoning for it.
There is. You want me to tell you?
Yeah,
Sure.
maybe it's just because how like when you get to the real people, they don't look like real people anymore because of the way they are. But it's
they
very
showed you the
strange.
pictures, how they become CG
I
characters
know.
as time goes
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, and I just think it's weird. I think it still looks really odd. I think having the real person there looks really odd.
You have any
because
guesses to why they did it that way? There is a reason.
I would say maybe they thought initially they were going to do all the people as real people and decided not to because of budgetary concerns. I don't know.
No. TZ,
But-
any guesses?
no, what-
I don't know
what
how
is the
fun
reason?
I
this
don't
is.
even know what the hell you guys are talking about.
So you know how Fred Willard is a live action guy? He's like an actual actor
Yeah.
who's in the movie. He's the guy who's like, he's like,
The
hey, welcome to
CEO
the
by
ship.
and large?
Yeah, by and large.
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
It's like real
Okay.
people. And
He's
then
like a real person,
and then
yeah.
like you get to the ship and it's all like fat CG animated people.
and all the people are CG'd. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, why'd they do that?
They did it because the Hello Dolly thing was one of the first ideas. So this guy, Andrew Stanton, he grew up as like a theater kid, and Hello Dolly was like the thing he used to do in high school over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So he was trying to come up with some inspiration for what to do in this movie. And Hello Dolly, he was like going through it, and one of the songs opens with like "Out There," and he just thought that fit like
Yeah.
perfectly with the idea. And then he started going through the rest of it, and the hand holding thing was a later song, and he's like, this would be really good for something for Wally to strive towards. So like the musical Hello Dolly became like a plot device super early on,
Mm.
and he wanted to be able to show it. And there are real people in Hello Dolly, so like
Right.
it would be.
Right.
He thought like it would be even weirder to have like people in Hello Dolly and then only have CG characters.
I guess
in the
so. I
world.
guess it makes sense. I mean, the Hello Dolly was sort of on that screen anyway, so it was sort of like it seemed less real. I guess it sort of makes sense.
That was his thought. I do agree it's pretty weird.
So you're saying just because
Yeah.
like people, like you need
Yeah.
some other anchor that was like people are real in this universe, not just
Because
some
if they
fat
weren't the
shit.
same, like if the people
Yeah.
on the TV didn't look the same as the real people, they'd be like, "Where did this video come from? Another planet?" That's not what. The
I mean,
people in
I
this
would
world
never
look
have
like.
thought that.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
that's
I
just
don't
I
think
would
I
have
would've
just gone
either.
along with it. Yeah, because
It's a
it still
Pixar
seems being a musical. It doesn't seem that real anyway. So I
Who
don't know.
knows though? I don't know. Thinking about it now, it might have been very strange.
Maybe it'd have been weird.
Yes.
Have you either of you seen Hello Dolly?
No,
no.
I wonder if this movie would have been a lot more interesting if you had seen it, because I never even knew what that musical was. I didn't even know. I had no idea. Never heard those songs before. Never. I thought that looked so weird to me. The musical that was Hello Dolly. I had no idea it was like a real popular one. Even I thought it might be some like real obscure one because I had no knowledge of it.
No idea.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
I had definitely heard of it before.
Seems cute.
I've heard the theme song in different contexts.
It wasn't a
Because
smash. It
yeah.
had a $25 million budget and a $26 million box office. So that's not even that good.
Hello,
Well,
Dolly.
that's the
Or this
movie
one?
though, but
Right.
maybe maybe it had like a long Broadway one run or something. I mean, maybe as a play, it did really well.
Yeah, 1964 Broadway production.
Yeah,
And Gene Kelly directed the movie one. Good old Gene. Losing
Good
money
old
for the
Gene, how you
studio.
doing, buddy?
Gene the Machine. Let's see what else.
Bring it back to Wally. You
Uh,
got to feed the machine, right? You put
Bring
trash in
it
his
back.
belly.
Bring it back. You know, it's kind of sweet the way that the sort of people are, and that's kind of fun how they're just kind of like sort of innocent. If I think about it, I would be more inclined to think in actuality, all the people on that sheep would be real entitled jerks. And so used to getting what they want all the time that once that didn't start happening immediately, they would be very upset and not be all nice and sort of supportive of each other or even of the robots. If I think about it that way, I can be like, yeah, it's probably a sort of naive kind of way of thinking about how these people would be in this situation. And they're just victims of their circumstance. And they're going to be all right if they're just given a chance. And it's like, instead, it's like, where's my chair? My chair doesn't work. Give me my chair. Yeah,
We
I don't
didn't
know.
see. We only saw them getting new things, right?
Yeah,
They got what they want.
But
They got what
they're
they
like,
want.
Oh, you want us to walk now? No, I'm not walking. I haven't walked for 40 years. I mean, I just.
This is why
Daddy
they cast
boom daddy.
Rastenberger in the roles of these guys instead of John.
Yeah,
Hi,
yeah.
Wally's my friend. Wave at Wally.
Right. So, and on one hand, it's kind of sweet the way they portray the people and how they react and stuff, and I like the captain and his battle is fun to watch. But on the other hand, you sort of, if you want to wonder about realistically what would happen if people were in those situations, they'd probably become awfully spoiled and entitled and not necessarily be there to fight for what's right.
John
or
had a good
whatever.
week. You can tell John had a pretty good week.
Yeah, I had a great week.
Power to the robots.
Yeah. What else? So it's a sweet film. I don't know. I don't think it lags in the middle.
Oh,
the way
it doesn't,
a lot of
does it?
Pixar's do. I don't think it does. Does it? Yeah, it doesn't. Doesn't it?
It doesn't, does it? Does it, doesn't it? Doesn't it, does it?
Doesn't it?
Do it, does it?
Does
Do
it?
it, do.
Don't it?
Do
Whatever.
it, do.
So, but again, what my favorite thing whenever I watch it, I'm just so happy when Mo shows up. He's my favorite part. And
He's so small.
He's so small and grouchy. And
I love when he
just-
says,
I
whoa,
love
whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
I laughed out loud at that one. I was
Yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
great.
it. But the way again, I love that part of it where they're like they're gonna let they show the robots strike and then they show all the crazy robots and that's a lot of fun too with the sort of malfunctioning robots and all of
The
those scenes
umbrella
are a lot of
robot.
fun.
Come on, that's great.
Yeah. The buffing robot that just wants to destroy.
Just destroy shit.
Yeah. So all of that's really fun. I think again, just the show giving so much personality without much talking, I think is impressive with a lot of sound too. And then that's where you see Ben's work, right? And so for that reason alone, I think this movie is very much worth watching. I could just imagine all the fun Ben's having, like setting all this up and figuring out how to like give character to these robots through sound. So
Got
and he
some
is the
trivia on
voice
that
so well.
because they're yeah.
Oh, awesome. So yeah, that's my thought. It's very entertaining, very fun, very wholesome entertainment, good for the kids. I mean, even like I love they have the cockroach and they give the cockroach a ton of cute personality as kind of like the loyal pet sort of, and it's really well done.
Why
It's just
why
a little
didn't Eve, when
cockroach.
she scanned the cockroach, didn't take the cockroach up to the spaceship? Plot
Oh, there you go. Because we can't live on cockroaches. We need greenery.
But it was just proof that life could sustain on Earth, wasn't it?
It wasn't about, no, I think it might have been more plant life in particular.
Isn't plant life easier than animal life?
It's got electrolytes.
Not a
It's what plants
cockroach.
crave.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I think cockroaches, maybe they can, I don't know. Maybe this cockroach could survive on a minimal amount of oxygen. I don't know. man.
Maybe the movie's like, they showed the Twinkie thing too. Maybe the movie buys into the fact that cockroaches can survive like out in space. so
Right.
they
Well,
don't count.
that's the idea. Yeah. Cockroaches are indestructible. I do like how the roach would dive into the Twinkie though. That was all pretty cute. And pop back out and he had a little beard and like little Santa Claus cockroach. It's very cute. So they make a cockroach cute, it was great.
Yeah, it was great. And so Sam, your daughter, watched this too. Is this more for adults or do kids like this too? What was the
No, Sam and Alex both really liked it. No, it works. It works really well as a kids movie.
even the beginning where he's just walking around by himself?
Yeah. No, it seemed to work really well for both. They both sat there and watched the whole thing with me.
Nice.
For some reason, Sam was just complaining and didn't want to watch it. She thought she didn't like it, so I don't know what that's about. But once she sat down and watched it with me, she was pretty happy. She seemed to enjoy it. Her favorite part was that the captain told them that they would grow pizza plants. She thought that was hysterical.
Yeah.
She
It's
thought
a
that
good
was the
idea.
best part of
Casey,
the
tell
whole
your
movie.
sister to get on that. Tell some regenerative
pizza plants.
planting right there.
Regenerative
Yeah, no
pizza
kidding.
plants. Yeah.
Pizza plants.
TC, what do you think?
It's good. All right.
No? Nothing else?
No. I mean, it was, it's like John said, it's a cute movie. It's, I like the favorite parts of the whoa, whoa, whoa. The electric kiss there was cute.
That was cute.
There's not much to really go on here. I don't know. I mean, it's a nice little movie for a kid. You can watch it, I guess, as an adult, but I don't think I would on purpose. Sit at home, fucking throw on Wally? No.
Ah, come on.
It's just not something I would do. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I didn't notice the sound as much as you guys did. So I don't even know who that guy is. You guys mentioned him. I'm like, I don't fucking know who that guy is.
What?
I know what you once you explained it. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
But like,
We
if
had,
you
like,
threw
I
that
don't know,
guy's
like-
name out there on a fucking Tuesday, I'd be like, who the fuck are you talking about?
Well, it is a pretty common sounding name, to be fair.
That's true,
you
too.
know. Yeah.
The sounds were cool. I guess I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't tuned in like you guys were. That's typical, right? It's just, if a movie I don't particularly want to watch, I don't really tune in. Tune out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't exactly grab you in like the first 5 minutes, like a lot of
No,
movies
it's quiet.
do, you know?
I think I probably got distracted, missed a
Yeah.
bunch because I didn't even notice the live action
lot of
guy.
space, would you say?
There was a lot of space in space.
In what way?
Too. Yeah, like space. You know, the space that's in the space.
Space?
Right.
Yeah. No.
I don't really have much. I gotta say. I mean, the robots are cute.
Robots
John
are
nailed
damn
it.
cute.
They're damn cute, and I like the idea of like a robot having a personality. It's something that wouldn't happen, right? Alexa, does she have a personality? No, I don't know. I really don't have anything for this. Yeah, good. It's a good movie. Enjoyed it because it was not Debbie Downer and super depressing.
Have you seen
Nice.
it before?
Years ago, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, years ago. When I came out, I guess, which was what, 07, 08, something like
08?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
So I
sure
would
I've
have been in
seen
college.
this since,
Yeah.
when I was like just out of college. I think I like had it on my laptop. That was back when you could still like rip movies and have the file on your computer.
Right. Tor
And I-
action.
Or something like that, maybe some,
Yeah, well, I
some
don't know.
legal way to do
What?
it.
Yeah.
But I realized that because I never saw the ending credits of this movie. How they
Oh.
animate over those. I'd never
Oh.
seen that because I think whatever file I had didn't have that.
Oh, you
As soon as
didn't
we
see that
edited, it was
there.
just
you got
like,
the black and white ones in Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
But this movie, I laughed throughout this movie, like out loud pretty hard. Even in the beginning part when he was like, it was pretty slapsticky in the beginning. He would just hurt himself over and over again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I might have just been in the
pretty
mood.
funny.
It was a combination of his cuteness and like just the way it was edited and the believability somehow of the way he moved around. The way he was designed just like makes total sense. Like his wheels, his feet and everything. And it's even just funny. Like one of the funniest parts of the movie I laughed the hardest at was when he was trying to like merge. He was chasing after Eve or whatever the hell her name is. And there's like a highway of robots and he doesn't know how to get on. So he like closes his eyes and sticks his leg into the street and it causes a
and
pileup.
causes like massive
Yeah.
chaos. Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
It is
Yeah.
good.
And just all the robot designs, like every robot is cool looking and they're unique looking, even though they're all mostly just like white spherical robot things. But like when you have all the different robots like chasing after him when when he has all the crazy ones on his team, just causing havoc
just
in the
causing
streets.
mayhem.
Yeah. It's pretty good how you can even recall which robots are which. Like as you
Right.
see them later on in the movie, I would imagine that's pretty hard to do. And that's a lot of this
You're
movie is
right.
like without, like you said, John, without language describes the plot really clearly. When that little guy hops off the red line and he like closes his eyes and hops
Yeah,
off
yeah.
and opens
That's
one and he's
Mo.
expecting, Mo, and he's
Right,
like
right,
expecting something to happen and nothing does.
Right. And he's like, oh.
Yeah.
But you also see him being indecisive and be like, oh man, I gotta go
When he
clean
sees
that. But I
he's
gotta
following
stay
one
on the
track,
line.
but there's another track in the other way,
Yeah.
and he's like, It's all like, without voices, extremely easy to follow. I imagine for kids too. Just really good like visual storytelling there. I don't like any of the human parts at all.
Yeah.
I think it's like the only part that I didn't enjoy, especially when, I don't know, the fight between the captain and the wheel.
Right.
I don't care about that whole thing.
Yep. Again, it's far less interesting once the humans are involved. Just because they're just people.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're not
Goddamn
nearly
people.
They're not as
Uninteresting
interesting.
losers.
Well, it's just
Yeah.
again they're talking and doing things, and we're back to like more of a normal movie there, and so that
I did like the part where he's like, hey, it's your friend, Johnny. Yeah, that was funny. It's your pal, Johnny. And he's like sitting there watching TV like a fat ass. I thought that was funny.
That was
But you're
pretty
right.
good.
The people parts,
I didn't really care for them, like they, I
they're
don't know,
there just to
Wally's-
hear some dialogue, I
Right.
swear.
And I think the way
Yeah.
that they portray, like put characterization in Wally and Eve or Eva. Is it Eve or Eva?
I don't know.
I thought it's Eve. I just
Eve,
assumed
but she
Eve.
says-
and
kinda
but
puts
no,
a-
know it had a name.
Wally. Well, they both
They
are
say it
like
a couple
trying
times.
to say it, but not saying
Yeah.
things very well. We could just look at IMDb. What's her credit there? What's the voice credit?
Evie or
I bet
Eva?
it's
thought
Eve.
It was, is it Eve?
I'm looking at the Wally.
He
one. What am I
screamed it a
doing?
bunch. I should remember it, but
Well, but he'd
Eve.
always say Eva. Yeah,
Eve.
it's just
It's
Eve.
because he can't speak. Okay, we got it.
Okay.
Yeah, just the personalities in those two are so good that just none of the humans, like they tried to make John the character there that he first bumps into and like his like future wife or whatever you're led
Yeah.
to believe there. I don't give two shits about either of those people. I think the only reason
Yeah.
they're in there is to give John Rastenberger a chance to like be in every single Pixar movie again.
Well, again, yeah, but they also, I mean, yeah,
But
yeah.
I remember thinking, because I haven't seen this in over 10 years, that was like half of the movie is the humans, and it's not. And I was happy to know that like even as you get later on in the movie, when you get to the spaceship, it's still, almost all Wally and Eve running
Yeah.
around. And those parts are just awesome. Like every second of whatever they're doing is like either funny or touching or cute, or just
Or at least
interesting to
fun
look at. Yeah.
yeah.
The animation hasn't aged at all. It probably won't. At least like the human animation looks bad, I think, but everything else looks really, really good. Anything else to say?
I mean, this is
I don't
like
think
there's
that's all
not
I
much
got.
to say because you
Yeah.
don't hear anything in the movie.
I
It's
remember
like,
being real sad
you know?
at the end when I first watched it, but I didn't really care
Why?
this time because I thought that Wally was like dead or whatever. Like his memory was
Oh,
wiped.
right.
he actually
They did
died.
that.
Yeah,
They-
maybe it's
Yeah.
because I knew he wasn't dead, but like, and I knew it was kind of a cheap thing just to kind of like make the audience tear up, sort of thing.
Yeah, if anything,
Yeah.
I was mildly annoyed at that's one mild annoyance of that part, just because it goes on a while and I already know what's going to happen. But yeah,
But I do love
So-
it how in the beginning how Wally is just like so infatuated with Eve, he just like follows her around and
right.
even though he might get killed by her, he can't. He's been alone
He
for
can't
700
stop.
years.
It's like the
He fucking
typical
loves her.
routine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the typical routine.
it is really funny.
Yeah.
And as you talked about those parts, I remember too, we were laughing at that a lot. And the kids really like, but the sort of, as he's following her around, there's a sequence where he keeps like getting hurt, trying
Yeah.
to follow her. It's pretty damn funny.
And even
Um,
after she like almost blows him up, points a gun at his face, and then realizes he's not like a plant, and she goes away, then he just like melts his eye. His eyes go down, and he makes like a
Yeah,
sighing
yeah.
noise,
Yeah.
which is really funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Come in love.
it's almost cheesy
Yeah.
because you've seen it like 1,000 times before, but you've never seen it with like a robot that can't speak that's been alone for 700 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Poor
very
little
cute.
guy.
Yeah.
Poor little
Poor
guy.
little
Oh, I
guy.
want Wally to be happy. He's such a good-hearted little
Yeah.
guy.
He makes a great rubbish square.
Yeah, he steals the feet of his friends.
Well, I mean, they were already dead. I don't think he took them while they were alive.
Stealing shoes from his dead companions.
Yeah.
Oh well, what are you gonna do?
That's pretty much all I got for the movie. I got some trivia.
What do you?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there was a documentary on Pixar that went all the way up until I think it was Cars, which I didn't really care about. The Cars part I didn't care about. But anyway, it went up
Yeah.
to Cars. The most interesting part of it was where Pixar was before they made Toy Story and all the different incarnations of all these programmers and artists and designers and things like that, and how they all knew each other. And then they kind of broke up because there was no Pixar, but they all came back together when Pixar was forming because they all were like, these people are the best. We need to get them. A lot of the people worked for Disney for a while. And then Disney, did we talk about this when we were talking about Toy Story?
Yeah.
John Lasseter was planning on doing a Brave Little Toaster
Yeah.
movie for Disney that was going to be computer animated. And they used his storyboarding presentation as an excuse to fire him from Disney because they didn't want to do a computer animated movie, which is,
And they didn't want any more touchy feely.
well,
Maybe.
it's the
No
weirdest
more
thing.
huggy.
With him,
Kissy
they
kissy.
didn't touch on any allegations whatsoever. It seemed like everybody really liked him. He was like the guy that made Pixar. Like he was the number one guy. Like in
Turns
terms
out
of-
the electronic kiss was actually from him.
yeah.
He was rolling around. He used to butt his head against you. Hey, how's it going?
You want
how
a
you
spark?
doing?
You want a spark?
Hey, you want a spark?
Show you a
Hey.
spark?
Hey, what's going on, ladies?
I wonder. So this was like an hour and a half long documentary. I wonder if this documentary maker had to remove anything, or just like he was never on film doing that type of stuff.
Lester's really good, except when he tries to touch me inappropriately. That's
Yeah. And his wife was on there, and she only
Yeah.
talked about how busy he was, and nothing else. Obviously, I mean,
Always
I'm sure
away
it was
from
like
the office, late nights, weekends.
he
lots
did.
Of late
He did.
nights.
He slept in the
lots
office a lot.
Late nights, not coming home. We don't know.
Honey, I'm in the
What
office.
he's doing.
I'm not going to come home tonight.
Yeah, don't
Anyway.
worry about me. I'm licking my
Look,
lips.
I mean, there's no question that he was the driving force. I don't think. I mean, he was Pixar, and he was
Pixar for like 4 movies in
Yeah,
the beginning that
right.
made them Pixar.
Yeah, I mean, Huggy or not, that certainly I don't think that's necessarily.
And Huggy or
argued
not,
with.
he's an extremely talented artist with a
Yep.
crazy vision, and he is the reason that computer animation exists in the way it does today. It might have gotten there eventually, but like he was the guy that was pushing it at Disney. You know, he was a good animator too, but like he wanted computer animation to be a thing, and Disney's like, "Fuck you, no, that'll like ruin our." They were afraid that it was going to kill animation, like hand drawn animation, and it did. So they were kind of right.
Yep.
But I mean, come on,
but
it's new
it's
technology.
changing the time.
Right.
Yeah,
People are always afraid of change like that, though. So it's somewhat
Yeah, it makes
understandable.
sense.
Yeah. It makes sense at least.
a lot of space.
A lot of
Yeah,
space.
lots of space. Yeah. There's a lot of podcast space right
A
now.
lot of
Podcast space.
It's nice and quiet up in space.
There was
Yeah.
so CalArts opened up a program in the 70s, I think, sometime a while ago, where the quote 9 old men from Disney who worked in the animation part of the world in the 30s, back when like Disney was, huge. There's like 9 main guys that were responsible for most of that animation, taught classes at CalArts. And the first class had Brad Bird, Tim Burton, and Tim Musker in it. We're all like world famous artists right now. So
Mhm.
that's a
Hell of a
good
class.
program. Yeah, real good program.
Wow.
One of the reasons that John Lasseter wanted to do computer animation is that Disney screened Tron for the animation studio. And he saw it and he was like, holy shit, what is this? We can do this. We could just make it, instead of putting people on top of computer stuff, we'll put his first idea was put drawn animation on top of the computer stuff, which is kind of what they did in like Beauty and the Beast and things like that for all those like 3-dimensional shots and stuff.
Yeah.
So stole his idea, fired him, used it, made a shit ton of money.
That's always a good look.
It's great.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Great idea. Fuck off.
that might be one to watch at some point for us, Tron.
Yeah,
Tron's a good one.
it is
Yeah.
good. The new one, right? That's a good one.
No.
Oh, I
No.
watched the new one. Fuck it.
I mean, I never
Give
saw
a
it.
shit.
but-
It's,
yeah.
it's got
I mean-
it's got the dude in it.
It does, but the
Lebowski.
original one,
Yeah, it's got
the original one
Lebowski.
did. The original one had starred the dude, not just in a bit role.
It's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah.
John, you might know about this. Making realistic animation is all about adding triangles, processing
Sorry, what?
triangles. Does that make
What's
sense
that?
to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Can you explain it?
So wait, you say it one more time.
So the more realistic an image is all about how many triangles you can
So,
process.
Yeah, because everything is polygons. It's all triangles. And so the smooth. You think of like if you were to try to make a sphere and you only got like 128 triangles to do it, your sphere's not going to look very good. It's going to look kind of edgy and jaggy. You think about it like early video games, it really shows like polygons, everything's kind of, the edges aren't smooth. And that's because they don't have a lot of processing power. So that reduces the resolution, the number of triangles that you can put in there. And so as you add more and more triangles, it gets smoother and smoother and smoother. And then you end up with this mesh that you don't even see the triangles anymore with your eye, even if you don't even color them. It just becomes one big solid surface. But if you zoom in, it's all little tiny triangles.
That was very well put. That's exactly what they were saying. They had some images to go along with that in the documentary. Why triangles?
I think it's just you can make anything out of them, and it doesn't matter. I think you just need a shape, and you need a shape that connects everything else. So I'm sure there's a reason. I don't know, honestly. I just know that
Maybe it gives perspective because the angles, right? So if you like layer them,
it really is just. I think it's just polygons.
It's just going to be some math thing, right? Like some mathematical
true.
reason
Well,
that.
it could
Yeah.
be, but it's
John was
like-
just sitting
like-
there in his room, like layering triangles. Like, it's all
Well,
triangles.
No. I mean, when I would do modeling,
honey, I had
like-
some triangles.
I figured it out. It's
But-
all triangles.
but 3D models can be polygon. As long as it's a polygon, it doesn't matter. And then I think with a lot of renderers turn it into triangles. I think for some reason that might maybe it's just more optimized. But like when you create objects in a 3D modeling system, you can make it's all polygons. So those could be squares or rectangles or whatever. Any kind of whatever multi-sided shape, but it's like a shape that's then got a surface. And then that's all you need, and then you just connect a bunch of those shapes together, and then that's how you get like solid looking objects and stuff like that.
Jeez, the
Interesting.
people who came up with that shit must have been really freaking smart.
Really stoned. Really stoned. Just layering
Yo, bro,
triangles.
can we add some squares in here? Get the
Bro,
fuck out of here, bro. It's
You
all
only
triangles.
got 450 triangles. You need 730. Let's go.
So yeah, just overall, I'll go through the rest of this documentary really quick. If you're interested in the history of computer animation, it's really good for that. It's about the first half of it. Lucas was involved. Steve Jobs is involved. They talk about how some of the artists and animators and programmers, there's a lot of programmers and scientists that goes into this type of stuff because it's all new technology. There's a movie called Futureland, which was one of the first instances where they had computer animation in it. It was actually the first polygonal hand. There's like a hand on the screen in the movie they showed. It was like back in the 70s. Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. You ever seen that one, John?
Yeah.
There's like a I've never seen it, but there was like they showed footage of this. It was like a broken glass old knight thing that kind of looked like a ghost, and it was like attacking somebody. And the movie won like best special effects because
you
nobody
never
knew.
saw The Wrath of Khan? Maybe that was before your time, man. We saw that in the theater. That was like one of the biggest cheering moments I've experienced in the theater
Really?
when I was really young. Yeah.
Why? What happens?
There's a moment when the Enterprise fights back, like it gets behind Khan's ship, and you see him. They surprise him, and they end up like winning the battle. So anyway, yeah.
So I was wrong
sorry.
there. Sorry. So The Wrath of Khan is on this list, but that night thing I described was for young Sherlock Holmes, which was after.
Oh, that I remember. I remember young Sherlock Holmes.
So remember
Yes.
the glass night
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. It was creepy.
That was-
It was really well done.
Yeah. These pre-Pixar people were working on that. But The Wrath of Khan was the first time they had like fully rendered objects in a movie. So like the shots through a spaceship of like there was a planet like exploding or something.
Right.
That was all by these,
Yeah, and it
Pixar
looked
guys.
pretty good back then. I remember the and with the Sherlock Holmes, if I remember right, it was like a night made of stained glass or something like that.
Yeah.
So that it was all jaggy and edgy, but that seemed entirely appropriate
But
because
it was still kind of smooth, like on the flat
Yeah.
surfaces a little bit. It looked at least. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's-
don't remember exactly how it looked. I remember I saw that as a younger person was freaked out by it.
Yeah.
I thought they did a really good job with that.
Yeah, they showed newspaper articles of like other animators being like, how the hell did they do this? This doesn't make any sense. I have no idea how this could be done.
Triangles.
It's triangles. All triangles.
All triangles.
Yeah.
Pete Docter and Andrew Stanton, the latter of those two being the one who directed this, were hired onto Pixar in 1990 because they were the second two animators. So John Lasseter is an animator, and then these two are the second animators that were hired by Pixar. Pixar was doing a bunch of shorts in the 80s and stuff. That Luxo documentary with the lamp, they got him the Oscar. That was when they were doing the shorts. But pre Toy Story, when they were trying to like make money, because they were losing money, every year because you don't make money from short computer animated things. They hired these two guys to do Tropicana and Trident commercials for television. And that's how they started.
Cool.
And then he went on to direct WALL-E. All right. And then there's a thing called the Cinexplore. So that was the documentary. Kind of worth watching. It was definitely I'm sure Pixar and Disney viewed it and edited it down. There was not a bad word about either of those two studios in there. It was a kind of propaganda. It was still kind of like full of information, but it was totally like, Disney's the fucking best, and so is Pixar. There's no problems in the world whatsoever. We're all geniuses, sort of thing. Yeah. But-
We're all geniuses. Isn't that really it?
Yeah.
That's really it. That's how these people think.
And they make a lot of money and make some pretty cool shit.
They
I
make a
don't
lot
know.
of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They got the leverage.
I remember being younger and being all excited about going to the theater and seeing whatever Pixar film was coming out that summer and just being very happy that they would, we get to see whatever the next one was.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
It's true. When it's true, it's true.
Yep. So I listened to a lot of commentary tracks. I read on this Blu-ray review site that there was a commentary track in this movie. I looked for probably 25 minutes for this commentary track, switching discs around. I actually bought the 4K Blu-ray because I rented it on Netflix and I just wanted the commentary and I couldn't find it on there. So I bought the Blu-ray or like the 4K thing and I couldn't find it on there either. And I started going through every single feature on the disc and it's called Cinexplore on Disney DVDs. And it's not in the audio options or the special features. You have to hit play movie and then there's a little branching path and then one says play movie again and the one below it says Cinexplore and the one below that said like Geeks Talk Trash or something like that.
Real
So
obvious.
I just skipped
Real
both
obvious.
of those obviously because like I don't know what the fuck that is. But the Cinexplore was actually pretty cool. it was Andrew Stanton talking over the movie regular commentary track, but they also put like little concept art. They did little pre-renderings, like picture-in-picture type of thing as the movie went on, just to show you like how, completely separate from what he was talking about, just where the ideas from the movie came on, like how this was done technically. They'd show the spaceship going up in the air. They'd show just the triangle shot, no color, and they would show it like rendered as a smooth thing. They'd show it with like one special effect, two special effects, like just as the shot is going, to show you like how much shit goes into making this movie look good.
Like one shot. Yeah, wow.
So totally worth watching. Not a lot to report back on, but I have a couple
something
things
you
here.
got to see rather than hear about.
Definitely worth seeing if you're a fan of the movie. This movie's working title was Trash Planet.
Oh, Trash Planet.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good one.
Good.
Yeah. TP, if you will.
DP.
Yeah.
So the way Pixar works is that
Trash
every
Planet.
movie has a 4-year cycle, I guess, or 4-year like production time. And the first year of that is vacation time for the directors. And then also include in that vacation time, research for your next movie. So like John Lasseter went to Route 66 when he was before Cars. He spent time doing that.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. For Ratatouille, they went to the guy who directed that. I forget who it was, went to Paris, that sort of thing. So like they can kind of meld their vacations in with like the concept they're working on. Andrew Stanton for this movie, since it's not really based anywhere, he didn't have any locations to go to. So instead of taking just a year off, which he totally could have done, he hired 3 storyboard writers and 2 editors on to help him create a storyboard for this movie, to create the characters, to create the way they're going to be animated, to lay out the entire movie in storyboard form and the edits and how it'd be pacing before they started production on the movie.
Wow.
So even before they like went into pre-production, he had how Eve and Wally would look. He had the story completely laid out in the way that it ended up in the final cut, almost exactly.
Damn.
Fucking crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got ahead of it. Was like,
You got-
fuck this.
Oh,
I'm
they
just,
probably
yeah.
made making it
I
super
want
easy,
2 years.
relatively
It's
speaking.
that's
there
exactly
wasn't-
what he said. Yeah, he's like, it was such a light crew that if we wanted to change something, we could change it on a dime and it was easy, as opposed to like having to like write a ship with like 150 people
Right,
on
Right,
it.
right.
Yeah.
So that was
Bunch
cool.
of people that don't like you, that don't even believe in you, but they got the job anyway. You know, that type of shit. Right.
Did it have any? I guess it didn't have any production problems. If it was like pretty much smooth sailing from then on, I guess.
Yeah, they didn't really talk about, the only thing they really talked about in terms of production on any of the things they talked about was just like towards the end, it was very hard. Like everyone would be like, we watched where it was 2 months before the release date, and then all of a sudden the release date, it was finished, and I have no idea how that happened. And I'm like, what? No, you're supposed to be telling me how that happened. Like somebody
Right.
knows how that happened. How the fuck did that happen?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's crazy.
It sounds like they really overwork people towards the end of
Yeah,
production.
probably so.
And it's so fucking weird just how these companies, like even Pixar, I don't know what it is, but they push them for deadlines. Like they create tight deadlines.
Mhm.
4 years is a long time for a movie. They allow creativity, but there's still hard deadlines, and it's still really hard for these people to meet them. And there's no leeway whatsoever. You feel like if you have this much money, like you could just be like, take an extra month. We're fine.
Right. Well,
I think those things probably happen.
but they may do. But they're also
Yeah.
there's like a release window. There's when this movie needs to come out.
Right. Then
This
the
is
marketing
like-
material's all created. Like, do we
Right,
have this
right.
window? It doesn't matter where you're fucking at. Render
Right.
that shit. Yeah.
So
And then
I'd
as soon as you
imagine-
say we're delaying it, everyone's like, oh shit, production problems, probably something
Right.
wrong with the movie.
right. So
No, it's
and
more
then
like,
what-
oh shit, that means we lose fucking $20 million that we spent on the marketing campaign. Yeah, like, hey, who do I escalate this to?
Yeah. All fair points. But then you look at like, what was it? Was it Frozen? That was in like production hell for 3 years or whatever. And that movie
Yeah.
did really, really well.
That would be an interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting story too. I'm sure there's films that just like, nah, we're not going to make it. Sorry. Or and then probably I don't think Disney necessarily expected Frozen to do very well. I don't think they may have initially even had a huge marketing push.
And I
think-
mean, who knows back then too? It could have been totally different. Like now with the streaming, right? Like, okay, you push a couple weeks, a month, it's possible.
well,
but
that's
like
true.
when
Yeah.
you're throwing it in theaters, you've got predetermined amounts that you're supposed to be hitting for those theaters. The theaters want the money. You know what I mean? Like people are banking on the money coming into their businesses around the theater. I mean, there's like so much going on, right?
It's
Yeah.
Brick and
true.
mortar style. Like now with the
That's true.
streaming, it's just like, push it a month. We got other shit on the slate. Fuck it.
I just didn't like hearing about how like the workers that they didn't focus on were all working like 16-hour days
Yeah.
for like
Oh, I'm
3 months
sure.
before the
Yeah,
releases.
Yeah, I'm
right,
sure.
right. And then we don't get
Round
to
the
hear
clock.
those stories,
Right.
which
You
is
don't want
always
to hear
kinda-
those stories.
Yeah,
Bunch of
but we don't-
angry
we don't
people
get to
like
see
me.
like the like
Yeah.
programmer who's like, my wrists don't work anymore. They used to work good.
Fuck them. They screwed me out of my stock. You know, that kind
yeah.
of shit.
I mean,
Yeah, right.
it's just kind of sad because I mean,
That's the biz.
it is, and I imagine, at least since I do software development in my day job, it's really easy to see that, and feel kind of sad that there are these people that were cranking away and doing creative work. They weren't just like doing like grunt work either. This is like,
True.
and
Well,
yet
someone's
you're-
doing the grunt work,
yeah, but
setting up the templates, doing the fucking
Well,
right.
yeah. There's some
It's not
combo
all
of that, I'm
fun.
sure too. But whatever it is, you're just not getting to hear them talk. You hear the director, you hear the writer.
That's how it always goes.
Yeah,
The above the line crew, fuckers.
yeah.
That's a good gig. When you're
It's a
above
great
the
gig.
line.
You're the one who gets the
Yeah.
award during award
Yeah.
season. Everyone
Oh,
else is the
yeah.
guy who created the hair technology. Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Groundbreaking
right.
technology
Well, and I know
makes
that, like-
Monsters Incorporated
Right.
in every Pixar movie
Right.
past then.
Yeah,
fuck that
fuck him.
guy.
Yeah, I don't
And
even
that's
know
what
what his
happens.
name is.
Like I know there was controversy a while back too about like these special effects shops where they would just get treated like shit and you get hired and fired. But that happens in video games. That happens all the time.
Happens
too,
in
right?
every industry.
Right? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
it sucks.
Does suck.
Yeah, be better, be at the top if you want to be, and it sucks.
I could definitely tell since I watch a lot of these special feature things that they were scrubbing anything negative out. Like the stories that most-
you have an eye for the editing.
Especially as
I
one
bet,
as an
right?
editor
Or
who
ear,
scrubs
rather.
out all my
Right?
shit.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Exactly.
Well, that was an edit right there. That's for
Oh
sure.
boy,
Yeah,
that's a
you're
bad
seeing
one.
that?
I saw
Yeah, right.
I saw Lasseter going with his hand out towards that woman right there.
Right,
Oh
right.
jeez.
You probably even tell like you could get like an
That was
emotional
too-
context
yeah.
from the edit. Now
Yeah,
that was an angry edit.
Yeah,
right there.
that's a no good one right
That guy
there.
fucking hit the delete button real hard on that one.
He's like, "Ah, God.
Exactly.
Right, I've got a picture of that medieval knight if you're interested.
Oh yeah,
I
can
can
you
put it-
share it on the little Skype share?
Yeah. I
Or
can
you
do
share
that.
your screen?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Oh, I'll just send you the link.
Oh, this is going to take
There.
us 5 minutes to figure out how to do this again. Oh, there it is. Why can't I
Anyway.
click on that? I literally can't click on that. That's so stupid, Skype. God damn it.
Thanks, Skype. Yeah, you got to go to the chat.
You got to go to the
You
chat.
gotta
It
bring
shows
up.
me the
Yeah.
link. It kind of looks like a PlayStation 2 game now, but
Yeah,
Young Sherlock Holmes.
but I remember it was.
Is that a good
scared me.
one? I've never seen that one.
I liked it when I was a kid. But
So no.
I thought it
Doesn't
was
really
pretty
mean anything,
entertaining.
does it?
Yeah, I think-
Hey,
They fucking
decent
blows.
director.
Oh,
he
Barry
also
Levinson.
Yeah. He's done a lot.
Yeah. The Rain Man. Gotta love that one. Wag the
Yep,
Dog. That
yep,
was pretty
yep,
good.
Yep. He's been around.
been around the block.
All right. A couple more things of trivia. Andrew Stanton was at a baseball game. It was the 2003. Whenever like the Red Sox won the World Series for the first time, they were playing the Oakland A's in Oakland, and he was at the game, and his friend brought binoculars, and he was playing with the binoculars, thinking about how to like do this movie sort of thing, and he just like started playing with the binoculars, and he noticed that you could kind of emote with them, like you could
Oh,
kind of
right.
make them sad, you could make them like straight
Cute.
opinion, yeah, and then he just that was it.
Yeah,
He has binocular eyes.
That was the eyes.
At the Oakland A's and the Boston game. Those are the places I've lived, guys.
Hey,
I don't know which team I should say that I like more. I think I should say I like the A's now.
it depends on
I
what
would
city
be
you're in.
terrified. Yeah, no kidding. If you're
Yeah.
in Boston, I'd be a lot more nervous. I would just go with saying you like the Red Sox because you're less likely to be beat up.
I went to a Red Sox game at Fenway with Naomi, and she when they were playing the A's, and Naomi wore an Oakland hat, and I was like, Naomi, you're gonna get me
Nice.
fucking beat up, dude.
You're gonna get beer.
I'm gonna
all
have
over
to
you.
I'm gonna have to
And me.
defend you, and I'm gonna lose.
Right.
I'm not a good fighter.
That's right.
When they were planning on how to shoot this movie, like during the pre-production part, they watched every single Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton movie during lunch every workday
Yeah, fair.
to try to get the, how do you
Yeah, the
entertain
physical
when there's no
comedy.
sound sort of
Yeah.
thing. And the last thing, you're going to want to look this up too, the inspiration for the feat is they saw this video of this guy who lost the use of his legs, and his wife built him they call it a tank chair. It's basically an off-road wheelchair, and it's basically a seat you can sit in, and the legs of it are what Wally's legs look like.
Oh, Wally's feet.
Ah.
I
Yeah.
just when you say the feet, you mean
feet.
so his treads.
Ah, the
Feet.
treads. It all clicked there at the end when I completed my
That's right.
thoughts.
Yeah, he said
The
inspiration for
tread
the feet.
thoughts.
I was thinking of like the fat people's feet. The what?
Oh, I hated their fat baby feet.
cankles.
They
Oh,
gross
yeah.
me out, man. They're just like man babies. I don't like it.
Big croissants. Big, huge croissants.
Oh, yeah.
I liked it when they
Yes.
showed how tiny their bones were. They just completely useless.
Just yep. Yeah,
No.
rolling around.
Poor people.
Sweat.
This movie would never be made this today. You know, it's kind of anti something or other. Who knows?
Anti
Some
stuff.
fat shaming or something
Yeah.
like
yeah,
that.
right, right,
this could
right,
be
right,
true.
right.
Can't do that anymore. Probably. I don't know.
Can't do anything anymore.
Nope. Can't have robot love.
No, that would be
Can't.
weird.
Yep.
That
Well,
would
you
upset
might
people.
actually. That might
Can't
fit.
claim
that might
that we'd
fit the mold.
actually. Some people would be very upset claiming that we'd trash the planet. That doesn't happen. Sort of implies that global warming's a real thing or climate change. That's you don't want to go there.
116
Don't
degrees
wanna
in
go
Portland, guys.
there.
Definitely not a real
Right,
thing.
I know.
What
holy
else
shit.
don't we want to touch? You know.
That's all I got, guys.
Oh, that's good.
Hey,
It's a
we have some
shorty.
options. So here's my idea for the bonus.
Yeah,
Wait.
what I do.
Wait,
We already did the
Did you
top 250.
put it
Those
in the
stand.
top
No, I
two?
didn't. And you already
Those
said we were
ones
watching.
in the beginning, they count because we all say yes,
yeah,
right?
okay. And you already said we were watching Graves, the Fireflies.
No, so
which
that's
I guess
the one
that doesn't
that's
count either.
That's the one that's next on the list, but we're doing bonus
know.
episodes, right?
Yeah, we are.
So
bonus.
the movie that I recommended a little while ago that wasn't available for streaming is now available for streaming. It is the
Which
highest grossing movie of 2020. It is the Chinese movie, The 800.
Oh, let's do it.
Want to do it?
Yeah.
Sure.
What do you think? We want to
Yeah.
give China our money? Is that okay with everyone?
Can't say that anymore.
Yeah, you can. You see that China only had like 6 new cases of corona this last week?
Only
That-
said
that makes
the
sense.
ones- yeah, exactly.
They're not
Exactly.
lying about that. No way. So John, did I just change your mind?
A little.
What are
but I
we
still-
doing now?
I would like
What are we
to see
doing?
it.
It made a shit ton of money. It looks kind of well. The trailer's funny because it's like the people who brought you Kong Skull Island.
Right.
Wait,
is that a good thing?
Those people?
Yeah,
I knew those people once. Who are those people? Nobody knows.
It's got a 6.8 out of 10. That's not great.
That's bad. That's bad.
And it only has 3.6 thousand views.
And what is this movie again? I wasn't listening.
The 800.
The 800.
Yeah.
Oh, from the people that brought us the Congo movie. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You ever seen Sphere
Yeah,
from the 90s?
right. That one.
got
that
the
one.
writer
Yeah,
from
yeah.
that.
Cool. How could I forget? Yeah, of course.
It's got an 88 on Rotten Tomatoes, though.
Oh, okay. That's something.
I think it is worry that there is talk that this is a bit propaganda-ish.
This is a good
Oh,
review.
Oh, that's even more reason to watch it. We can just shit all over it. Great.
So this was
Love a good hate
this was in the
watch.
middle of the pandemic review. The 800 fetishizes martyrdom, but for those seeking big screen epic violence, it's pretty much the only game in town. So it's
All
a
right.
positive review because it was the only movie around. That's not a good review.
It sounds like some liberal bullshit that we don't even need to read. We should watch it.
Are we going to be able to talk about this though? Because it's about it's a historical, probably totally not accurate Chinese war
Japanese versus Chinese war movie.
thing. So we might
Oh,
not
this
want
sounds great. It's going to be such good hate watch.
We can't.
Fuck
I'll
that.
have to edit the entire
Yeah.
episode.
No. We'll just hate the shit out of it. And if anything, we throw it away.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a-
All right. Fuck it.
Then-
It's on
then we
Amazon.
get
You
the-
can rent it for
Then
$4.
the Chinese government comes after us.
So give Bezos
there you
and
go.
China your money. Let's
Yeah,
fucking go.
and
We're a part of the
exactly.
problem.
That's right. We'll give them all the money and then we'll watch the show. Come on. We'll watch the shit out
What's
of it.
wrong? It's not our fault. We're just
If
little
it's terrible,
peons.
it's terrible. We just don't dare it.
Sounds good.
Could be funny.
Could
we
be.
could come up with some funny stuff.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
John's not even smiling. John's
John,
like, I'm not
are
doing
you-
this.
I'm just worried. I'm just like, shit. I'll probably have to go read something historical.
Yeah. Well, if you have
no,
any
we can
other
skip
ideas,
Johnny's book corner on this. We may not even air this thing.
the only reason I brought it up is because I saw that it was on Amazon. So
I know. Yeah. No, I know. And I wanted to see it when you brought it up earlier, but we couldn't find it, right? So,
Yeah.
and why is it? It's the highest grossing movie because it was watched in China a lot, I guess.
And it was the
Maybe,
pandemic year, so I mean, not too hard, I guess. Like if you're going to show
Maybe.
a movie, it's like the movie to watch. It made, holy shit, it made a lot of money. It made $472 million in the
Holy
box office.
shit.
And it's got an $80 million budget for a Chinese movie. That's pretty fucking big. That might be the biggest.
Yeah.
Oh, this could be good. Fuck it. We got to try it out.
Fuck, it's the King Kong guys we're doing the freaking Chinese 800 movie, all right?
They made the Congo movie. Come on.
They made
All right,
Kong
all right,
Skull
all right, all
Island.
right.
It probably has something to do with Peter Jackson's production company. Maybe.
King Kong. All right.
Fuck. I'm
Fair
scared.
enough.
All right.
800. Here we
Let's
go.
fucking do it. John okayed it. John, why are you doing this to us? This is John's idea. And
If this all goes south, Timmy Kneebuckle made us do it.
That's right.
I told you,
That's
we're gonna
right.
watch a fucking Chinese movie. All right.
All right, fine.
all right. Thanks for listening, guys. Like and subscribe. How about that? We haven't done that in a while.
Oh,
No.
is that even a thing?
I don't
tell
know.
your friends.
Tell your friends.
Go to
Yeah.
Great Duck Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Tell the Great Egg Theater to start producing their sweatshirts again.
Yeah, because my
Oh,
numbers
yeah.
have fallen off.
Yeah,
And
my
letters
numbers are falling off
apart.
too.
Yeah.
It's my favorite sweatshirt. It's perfect.
My letters
I
are
know.
coming off. What
I know.
the fuck?
Mine, yeah, you just gotta. I don't think you should dry it.
Oh, is that what it
No.
is? Doesn't say that on there. Thanks, Great
No,
Duck.
I
nice.
know.
We love you anyways.
Yeah.
We never expected a sweatshirt, so it's all good.
That's it.
But yeah.
All right.
All right.
What do you
See you
think?
guys later.
Yeah, talk to you guys later. John's
All
still
right,
reading
guys.
about how he doesn't want to watch this movie, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out next time.
I'm gonna do it. It's
All
okay.
right.
Okay.
See you guys.
All right. Later,
All right.
guys.
Take care, guys.
Stop 'em.